Do you have a Wi-Fi dead spot in your home and you want to kill it with an absolute nuke? Then look no further. Good afternoon, welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece warranty Wooks Triple XL. And today on deck, we have the Deco X60 triple set AX3000 home mesh Wi-Fi system. It's exactly what it's advertised to do. It's not really a routing solution. It's more of just a Wi-Fi extender. But it's actually got some kind of inherent benefits and exceptionally low latency, to the point that I would actually suggest you could probably game off of this system quite comfortably, as you'll see when we get to the speed tests. But as a just straightforward, easy to use product, this absolutely gets a 10 out of 10. It's one of the most plug and play, easy to set up systems I've ever used, and with some of the best packaging around. Anywho, let's get straight into it with what's in the box. So when you open up this sucker, it's got, like I said, some of the best packaging I've ever seen. I don't generally feature packaging on the channel, but look at it. It's got all of the instruction sets, quick scan QR codes, because everything is managed from a mobile app, which honestly is a little bit better and easier way to go around something like this, especially for people that aren't exceptionally tech savvy and used to using things in a web app type of format. So now you can manage all of this from your phone, which is a big plus. The units themselves as well are very neat looking. They just look like actual little bits of toilet paper, if I'm being honest. They look kind of like TP rolls, but nice and nicely finished, and they've got in general a good look and feel. So good, in fact, I popped one of these in the bookcase on the lounge, and my mother, who's a massive interior design fanatic, didn't even notice that they were there. The indicator on the bottom is very bright. It's just in front of these lights, nothing is really that bright, but it's nicely done on the bottom, and it's very, once again, straightforward. Yellow is the system booting up, blue means it's ready to connect, green means it is connected, and red, which is flashing over now, means that it's obviously not connected. On the bottom of each pod is a reset switch, so if you do have an issue with it, you can just hard reset it, and nice little rubberized feet around there as well, with a bit of ventilation so that air can actually go in the bottom and out the top. I don't know if there are fans or anything in here. I highly doubt it. Nope, no fans. All I'm hearing is the sounds of the sea. So it's a bit of a seashell as well, which is a big plus. So some people around the coast, that was a terrible joke, and I apologize, and I'll never do it again. The power adapters are kind of big. Just be aware of that. You won't be able to put too much next to these. They are, like I said, a bit large, as it were. So just be aware of that. But they do give you a very, very nice, slick, flat cable for you to do your primary connection with. Because the setup for these is for them to be like, as I say, just a mesh network. They connect to your main router off of this into the first of the two LAN ports that you'll find on each of these base stations. Now, you're noticing that all three are exactly the same, that they are. They have numbers on the bottom of them that correspond to their default networks, so that you can easily find them, set them up, and name them, so that you'll know which is going to be in the lounge or which is going to be in the bedroom, or etc., etc. But once you've done that, each of these becomes a LAN output as well. So if your device has an older Wi-Fi but has LAN, then you can take advantage of the network that is created wirelessly by connecting into one of these base stations with a LAN cable, which is a very, very nice little touch that they've done over there. But as I said, these are all controlled by the app. So let me show you some of the more special features that are in there. Okay, so here's mobile app. This is where most of the magic is going to happen. For instance, you can go in here and turn on guest network as an example, set a password and set up a secondary network if you wanted to do that. I don't, because everybody else can tack. We've got your main settings for your 2.4 and your 5 gigahertz, and you can do them individually as well. Sorry, I'm doing this kind of weirdly over the top of the camera. But the kind of main add-ons and features and stuff are the security stuff that's in here, which is kind of nice to have. But I think for a lot of people that are maybe going to use this for doing kind of things like hosting and parental controls and stuff, this is going to be, I think, quite interesting to you. Is you can do time control, you can do content filtering, and you can see analysis as well. So you can see what is being used and what is actually being done. So you're going to create profile, you pick an avatar, that's profile name, let's just set this to test. Let's set age to 16, for instance, say next, and then you can assign which device to that age, as you can see over there, basically by MAC address, because I've just got my PC and my phone currently connected. So let's say my Galaxy S9 is the device in particular. You can obviously select multiple devices, and then you can see the bedtime, blocked websites, content filters, time limits, and off time as well, which is flipping awesome. So for each profile, you can set up like this, as you can see over here. So I think that's very nice, and a very nice feature for people who are trying to use it at home. And then you've got your reports and your block lists and your quality of service. And this is really where everything is controlled. You don't really have any control inside of the actual platform itself. Everything they want you to do now is from the mobile app, which I'm actually okay with, because it's a very nice app. It's not clunky. As you can see, it's quite fluid, and you've got everything that you're going to need over here. As an example, you can set your total bandwidth for your quality of service as an example. You can do everything. Basically everything that you need is now on your phone at your fingertips. So setup is a breeze. The app is pretty straightforward and fluid. It's a lot easier to use than you can imagine, honestly, especially compared to going into backends. And really, the only backend thing that you really have on the PC is a firmware upgrade. So there's no real purpose in using the backends for these off the PC. You're just going to be able to manage everything from your phone. You can have a guest network set up. The parental controls and the ability to control devices by MAC ID for bandwidth and access to sites and limitations, etc., really puts itself as this is like a really nice hosting kind of suite. So if you've got like a restaurant or a pub or something like that, and you want to send Wi-Fi around with very nice looking units that you could possibly wall mount, I don't see a way to do that. That might be a nice touch to have on the next variant of this Deco, but for home users and for like small offices and stuff, it's going to be perfectly fluid. The ping was exceptionally low, only 3 milliseconds on the speed test, and it basically got almost all of my line speed. I think that's more a limitation of my early Wi-Fi 6 network card that's in my PC than it is of these units, because they'll go up to AX3000, which is rather extreme. And these can host up to 150 devices, which is an exceptionally large amount. I did about 3. I've got a laptop as well in the house, and my PC and my phone, and there was never an issue or any sort of noticeable latency off of using these. I set these up on Tuesday, and I've been using them until now, going on at like 1 o'clock on a Friday. So it's done its job exceptionally well. There was absolutely no dead spots. I did find that the very far ends of my house were a little bit much, and this is a very old house. It was built in the mid-70s, so the walls are triple, extra, quadruple thick, but it still made it across. It was a very big house. It's a 4-bedroom. The studio is on one end of the house, and the other bedrooms are completely on the other end of the house, and it's an L-shaped type design. So it's a very long distance. There are fluorescent lights in between and all kinds of other nightmares, and it actually handled it exceptionally well. Much better than what I've got set up, I can tell you that much. So if you're looking for a very easy, straightforward solution where you want to host, I would say, about 20 to 40 kind of devices on it, like I say, a small office or a very busy home, something to that effect, this is going to go down absolutely perfectly. They are available on Evetech, so I'll put the links down for you, the links to those in the description for you down below. Anywho, that's all I had for you on the Deco X60 AX3000 mesh home Wi-Fi. If you have enjoyed this, please hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.